It's getting Big Brother confessional.
Was he convincing? No, stop it.
There's no camera there, guys. There's no camera.
Cut the cameras, dead ass. There's a camera there, Cody. They didn't need to know that. The journey has been such a positive experience of like so many different things, right?
So life-changing. The conversations, the insight into your lives.
The fact that we've been able to connect together first as friends, so much more deeply and so much more intimately. But then it's also been transformative in the sense that we've actually been able to build a community of women across the world that are genuine helpers. Like, not just of this community, but helpers of like their friends, helpers of themselves.
I'll bump into a good sis who listens to the podcast on the train and be able to go so deep into conversation with her. And it's almost like we've known each other forever. And it's like, my life wouldn't have been this way without TMS.
Like, I just feel so changed in such a positive way. And I just hope that everyone else that has been a part of TMS and that has tuned into TMS has also equally felt transformed.
The highlight of TMS so far.
Damn, the highlight. Damn. That's a hard question. There's been so many highlights. There's honestly been so many highlights. If I had to pick one, probably the fact that I actually get to do this with my best friend. Like, so cliche and all that kind of stuff. But as much as it's been an amazing experience and I've got to meet so many different people, the fact that even when, you know, there's challenging moments or like lots of things that are facing us at the same time, the fact that I actually have somebody that's on the inside that knows me super well, I actually have an intimate relationship with and gets the vision, like really gets it, I think has been the big highlight for me for TMS.
I think the first ever live show, just because it was the first thing we ever did where we got to meet people who listened to us. And not because this live show isn't special and the next ones won't be special, but they'll be special in a different way. Equally as great, equally as special, but just different. You see numbers on the screen, you see the numbers of the downloads going up, and we celebrate those milestones, but to know that those numbers, those subscribers are connected to real people, and those people have been impacted in some way, and they have also impacted us in such a great way, to then get to hug them and embrace every single one of them, that was a huge highlight for me. Like, that day was so overwhelming but so full of love, and it was tangible. Like, I think that was my greatest highlight. Tanzania was so amazing because of the girls that came.
The women, hands down, it was the women. You guys are so dope. Some of you are crazy. And I love it. I love craziness. I love the fact that everyone that came on that trip was genuinely committed to bringing them their best self.
Zanzibar and Dar es Salaam, like, beautiful cities, and the things that we got to do, the places that we got to stay, the cultures that we got to see, the food we got to eat, without a doubt, just beautiful. Some of the most beautiful things I've gotten to experience in my life. Well, TMS in the future.
I really want TMS in the future to be the one-stop shop for women's personal growth and development in so many different capacities.
Expect to see different sorts of content, more people, more guests, more sisters, greater, deeper, well-informed conversations, and also trips, meetings, gatherings, and events which are impactful.
I think that when you listen to TMS, it's easy to kind of see it as simply just a podcast, but by the time that you get to the end, and by the time that you're, you know, 5th episode in, hopefully you get to hear, see, and feel that this is much more than a podcast. This really is a movement, like TMS, the movement.
But we cannot do that alone, so we're going to need a whole bunch of women who are hopefully focused on the future to actually help us do it together with all of our power. So yeah, that's what we should hope to see from TMS. A whole bunch of impact. That's a wrap.